Fuck me, that was fast.
Fuck you!
Oh, you're going the right way for a smack bottom and I don't care who knows it.
Okay, so more Warframe. Now in this video we're going to be taking a look at the Vasto Prime, which looks so damn good in my opinion. As far as pistols go, it looks really nice. Now pistols and revolver type secondary weapons are definitely my kind of weapon when it comes to shooters, and I would have really loved a dual version of the Vasto Prime. It would be really nice, but I doubt that's going to happen anytime soon. But more importantly, what is it like for damage? Now the codex describes it as this elegant rapid fire revolver is the embodiment of superior Orokin craftsmanship. Now it may be superior in looks, but as far as damage goes it's really not that superior. I guess depending on your secondary of choice, whether it's the Murloc, the Brak, the Lex Prime or so many other secondaries, that's going to be what you compare the Vasto Prime to automatically, whether you want to or not. If you still have the Lato, then of course this thing is a huge upgrade. But if you've got some of the top tier weapons, then it won't be. Stat wise, if you compare it to the original Vasto, it deals base damage of 60. That's 10 down from the normal Vasto, and that's actually 100 less than the Murloc as well. But its damage has got an increase to slash, which makes it ideal against infested. It's got a slightly higher crit chance than the normal Vasto, a slightly higher crit damage multiplier, and it also does 10% more status chance. It also comes with one extra V polarity, whereas the base one only has one V polarity. The Vasto Prime has two. Now if you compare it to the Lex Prime, it does 25 less damage than the Lex Prime. It fires twice as fast, so I guess it's a decent enough trade-off, but it does deal 5% less status chance and 5% less critical chance than the Lex Prime as well, but it does reload faster. Now the reason I'm kind of putting it up against the Lex Prime is because of course it is a prime pistol, and the Murloc because the Murloc is the top tier pistol at the minute in my opinion, now the top tier revolver. Now I was hoping for some variety with regards to pistol secondaries in the game, and I was hoping that the Vasto Prime would be one of these weapons to choose. I could switch out my Murloc whenever I really felt like it, because of course both the Murloc and the Vasto Prime are 6-round shooters, so I thought the Vasto Prime would be the perfect alternative for me, but unfortunately it's just simply nowhere near as good as my Murloc, so I don't see why I would downgrade instead of running with my Murloc for high level missions anyway. The Murloc is a powerhouse, whereas the Vasto Prime feels more like Millhouse compared to it. It is sad to say, but this is mastery fodder for me at the minute, unless it gets some kind of slight buff in the future. And I only say I'd like it to get a slight buff simply because it's a prime weapon, so you would expect it to be at least halfway decent, and I guess it is to some extent. And as it stands, mine has 4 polarities on it at the minute, the exact same as my Murloc, but comparing the damage to the two is quite laughable. So I guess the best weapon to compare the Vasto Prime to is probably the Lex Prime, depending on whether you want a faster firing weapon or a slow firing weapon that hits harder. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not looking for the Vasto Prime to be a god weapon or an easy mode weapon or even on par with my Murloc, but it would be nice to have it somewhat close to it. Like I said, it would be nice to have alternatives in the revolver or pistol category. But maybe my Murloc has me spoilt, I don't know. Maybe some of you guys are running with the Murloc and it will have you spoilt as well. But the Vasto Prime does look good, so I guess that's one thing to be excited about. Maybe it will leave your enemies blinded by the pure bling that shines off its gold bits, leaving you free to run right past them and complete the mission. Wishful thinking, I guess. As for mods, I'll show you the 3 basic builds I've stuck on my Vasto Prime at the minute. For all 3 builds I have gone with Barrel Diffusion, Hornet Strike and of course Lethal Torrent all maxed. But for Infested and Void I went with Corrosive and Heat, mixed in with some of the status mods and the normal mods. For Grania I went with Radiation and Viral, and for Corpus I went with Magnetic and Toxin. Now I'm sure you guys will have your own builds for the Vasto or the Vasto Prime depending on what you're running with, but by all means let me know in the comment section below what way you've modded it or what you actually think of the weapon. Do you think it's weak and could do with some kind of a little hotfix or a little buff? Maybe you're spoilt like I am with the Murloc and you couldn't possibly downgrade to using something like the Vasto Prime even though it looks good. By all means let me know in the comment section. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks very much for watching.